And good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us for live coverage of the 2012 Boilermaker Road Race, Boilermaker number 35. I'm Steve McMurray.
And I'm Kristen Copeland. Very interesting getting to year number 35. And get this, in the pack of 14,000 runners for the 15K, 14 of them have run every single race.
Which is amazing when you think about it.
Great coverage planned for the anniversary year. We want to check out where our eyes are along the course.
Now, the pack of thousands is going to be lining up at the start if they haven't already, as we just hit 7 o'clock. That's right on Earl C. Reed Way, of course, named after the man who started the 15K event. Don Shipman and Janelle Boston, our morning crew. We'll check in from there in just a few minutes.
The pack of runners and wheelchair participants will meet another camera about a mile into the course. Gary Liberatore made camp at Albany Street and Culver Avenue.
And we're introducing Lexi O'Connor and Hillary Lane to the Boilermaker this year. They've set up shop at the corner of Valley View and the Parkway. It's considered the first big challenge in the race.
That's right. Just past the golf course, the elite runners, they're stretching their legs. We have Pat Bailey in the media truck to give us updates.
That's right, and then the new camera location to tell you about, meteorologist Adam Mussett brings us up to speed where the runners cross Genesee Street onto Shepherd Place. That was a change in the course back in the late 90s, so we're going to put Adam there and get a different perspective that we haven't seen in quite some time.
Mike Levin is on Burstone Road this year. It's mile 6 of the 15K and the start of the 5K competition. Like Steve said, that race capped at 4,000 runners very early this year.
And while the runners are racing towards the finish, Gary Liberatore will be racing to his next post. We'll see him again on Whitesboro Street at the foot of Champlain Ave.
Just over a mile to go before the best 15K in the country comes to an end. Lexi and Hillary will check in from Court and York Streets.
And then the big finish, and that's where we are, and along with our photographers and cameras and all our support staff here, ready to take in the action. They're getting their final instructions right now. And what was the total number of runners?
4,000. 4,000 for the 5K.
And there they go.
They're off. The start of the 5K from Burstone Road. This is mile marker 6 for the 15K and what is considered the most challenging part of the course. So these 5K runners, right off the bat, they have an incline to worry about.
Take me back to the first one and now to the 35th. You thought, all right, this is going to be a nice little fun run. We're going to go through the streets of Utica. Did you ever dream it would turn into what it has turned into?
Well, interesting. The first run, we had 800 runners, and that was the only race that I ran officially. 56 minutes, Jason.
Zachariah Adazuma is what we're being told out of Utica. And
nice to have a Utica finisher for the 5K. Very nice.
looks like about 16-18 unofficially.
So everyone has moved out of the way, and it's amazing.
There you go.
There we are.
They're off.
Very good.
Oh my, look at them.
Look at this.
Amazing.
I mean, isn't this spectacular? And right there you do. You see one person does have, 2 people have the regular wheelchairs.
Yeah, I see it.
I mean, that is just amazing.
I'm Jason Powlis alongside James O'Brien, and I believe we have shots just any second now. Our own Jill Reel's getting ready to cross the finish line in the 5K road race, the 15K, just about 10 minutes away. And welcome back, Jim. It's a pleasure to have you here in Utica.
Thank you very much, Jason.
It's a beautiful day, overcast skies, not too humid. Oh, we are talking about a wonderful race day.
Yeah, I think you can't complain about the conditions, that's for sure. Very little humidity, as you said, overcast. There's no complaints from that department. I think we're looking at some very fast times.
And they're off in the start of the 35th annual Boilermaker Road Race. What an amazing sight. And we're going to talk with Janelle and Don, who are at the start line, in just a moment to get their perspective on things, because I'll tell you what, you and I have been at the start. Usually we're here. A couple of years ago, we were at the start, and you don't realize just what a mass that is of people until you're actually standing there.
That's very, very true. You stand there and see them all stream past you, and well, you also don't get perspective you don't get for us sitting here at the finish line is the atmosphere there. It's just amazing. The sense of anticipation and excitement. It really is it's a very touching experience.
It is, and being in that pack, we've got 10 runners who've never done this before in our Go the Distance group. So it's a first time for them, first time for many runners as they go through.
And it's an awesome, awesome sight. You can see so many different people, and it's so interesting to see as well. Like you mentioned, the elite runners right off the top there, they are so focused. And then even some of the other runners that are just behind them, very, very focused. I mean, this is a true race for them. And then once you start getting back a little bit further, everyone, it's almost like a party atmosphere. As soon as as soon as they get near the cameras, they're jumping up and down saying, I'm on TV.
Yeah, they're like, hi. I can't believe it. I just saw somebody running with no shoes on.
Yeah. Another person was on their cell phone tweeting while they're running. So,
right. I mean, you see all different types of people from all over. Everyone's like focused. Some are focused, some are smiling, some are just like, looking like straight ahead. I love it.
Pat Bailey is standing by right now. Pat, what do you see? Who's in the lead?
Well, hey, Jay, there's a group of about 12 runners coming up just past the first mile, 4:36. So people here on the media truck say that was a pretty good first mile. Most of us here do it in about 8 minutes, I guess. But there's a group of about 12 runners here. Leading the pack is wearing the number 6 bib, Henry Rudo. He's from Kenya. He won the Broad Street Run in Philly.
Check out these costumes that are coming right through here. You get a good shot of those guys right there. So plenty to see here along mile marker number 1. And once these runners go from mile 1 to mile 2, it's the international mile. And we got a sampling of some of the music that's being played over there. You can't hear it from where we are, but again, you'll see some of that tonight at 6 o'clock.
The mayor's over there as well.
Oh, yeah,
why don't you come on over?
Come on over
real quick.
To us real quick.
Say hello.
No,
you're not running. You're not running. Come on over. Come on over.
Come on and talk to us.
So how'd it go? How'd it go for you as a spectator?
Yeah, outstanding. It's just a great event. It's the enthusiasm, the euphoria. It's absolutely outstanding. It's a great event. It's a great showcasing the city of Utica, welcoming everybody into the area. We know how great it is, but now they do.
Matthew Lack, the 35th annual Boilermaker Road Race wheelchair division champion, coming through in a great time. Matthew Lack is your winner.
What did you find was the most challenging? Because the locals say there are 2 particular spots, but I'm interested to hear your perspective.
Going up through the golf course is definitely challenging, and just the last couple of turns are pretty tricky to get around.
You see the second place runner, Jim, quite a distance between first and second. Are you a little surprised at this point?
Well, I'm very surprised, and a big distance again to third. We see, it's probably Peter Karui or Silas Sang there in second and third. They were in those positions earlier on. But yeah, I'm very surprised to see this gap at this point in the course. I'd also like to hear some of the split times, because it sounds like Ragasa is just going for it. Obviously, DeCissa course record 42.46 that has stood since 2010, just a couple of years old. It's very, very fast. Whether anybody can just front run their way to that course record, I'm not sure.
We're looking at sunshine mixed with some cloud cover, temperatures in the 60s, so the weather definitely did what we expected it to do. And as we can see, the crowd is starting to gather. More and more runners. We're getting into the thick of the crowd here on South Genesee Street. This is about the halfway point, and we expect, certainly things to pick up within the next several minutes or so.
Tilahan Ragasa, Ethiopia, coming down the finish line. And it's Ragasa winning the 35th annual Boilermaker Road Race by a mile. Number 25, that's Mamadou Daska, as we called it, Jim. Here she comes.
Well, she looks like she has, the second woman is about 200 meters behind, but there's Mamadou Daska, 49.26 or thereabouts.
A great run by Mamadou Daska, blowing out the competition down the stretch here. Your 2012 35th Boilermaker Women's Champion is Mamadou Daska. What a great run for her. She is running outstanding this year.
The folks switching the camera shots back up the hill, I want to thank them for taking all these shots in sequential order. Is that there are a lot of people at each place, and that just shows you how big this race has become. Because I remember in years past, the pack would thin out at a couple different locations, but now we have 3 camera shots up, and they're all full of people. So that's pretty impressive.
That's a good way of putting it, too. While we're watching the Boilermaker Road Race, this 15K event, there's a Boilermaker happening in Afghanistan as well. So we want to, give a shout out. Anyone watching us on WKTV.com right now, give props to the U.S. soldiers in Afghanistan.
There is a shot of the post-race party, and that's the mass cam. The stage is set for the award ceremony, which is going to be starting at about 10. We'll peek in on that, and also we're going to get Don and Janelle down in that crowd of people to do try to get them fighting among the masses down there.
For those runners that need a little boost to get to this last mile, well, they're getting it here. Now we're going to pan over from the runners and show you this band. They're actually called Run to the Drumline. There's actually 25 different drummers here, along with a band called Showtime, entertaining the crowd here.
Don and Janelle have made their way from the finish line through the streets of Utica, or the starting line through the streets of Utica, to the post-race party. Don and Janelle, how are we doing back there?
We are doing very, very well. Okay, can I just tell you, Steve, because I know you're the boss, so I know that you had a hand in like setting up everything here. They put our live truck right next to one of the beer trucks. So yeah, they put us right here, so I just assume that it's okay.
Oh my God. No more. No, I'm just joking. Hey, listen, the band, Nick and the Nice Guys, is playing. They're awesome right now. If you can hear it, they're playing Single Ladies, one of my favorite songs. It's incredible. The momentum down here is incredible. We've been drinking vitamin water, Chobani yogurt, you name it, they got it. I mean, it's incredibly wonderful right now.
Well, and what I like too is the fact that like it's all free. You just walk up and you get yourself some vitamin water, you get yourself some Chobani. We were having a really good time.
Yeah.
And one of the things to keep in mind too, like look at all of these people. There are so many people here right now.
Yeah.
We were talking at the start line how 14,000 runners, some spectators right there at the start line, but double that here.
Right.
Double that here, if not more.
And no matter if you weren't running, you can become a part of this in some form or fashion. You know what I mean? You can volunteer. I mean, you name it, you can do it. So even if you weren't a runner, that shouldn't discourage you. Still come on down and become a part of this post-race party. It is slamming.
It is.